to my executives. I have a very big business, and I'm rapidly giving that over to my executives and my children.
Right now, every GOP candidate for high office gets this question. Meg Whitman most recently. It's the illegal alien employment question, usually about 6 weeks before an election. So, Donald Trump, have you or any close member of your family hired an illegal alien in close proximity to your family?
Not that I know of, no.
Archbishop Chaput of Philadelphia blasted you yesterday without naming you. He's a very well-respected Catholic cleric for belligerent bombast about illegal aliens. He's a man of the cloth. What do you say in response?
Well, I think that's fine. I mean, he can feel that way, and I understand that, and he's not the only one, but I feel we need borders. I feel that we have to, the word illegal means we're a country of laws. You saw that at my press conference today, and illegal means illegal. They're not supposed to be in the country, and we're either going to have a country or we're not, and if we're not going to have strong borders with a wall, which will make it very strong, by the way, and walls do work if they're properly built, not the little 11-foot walls that we have up right now, and they're not walls, they're fences. There is a difference. But, you know, I can understand him saying that, and other people have said it too. But I believe we either have a country or we don't. We either have laws in the country or we don't.
All right, now some personal stuff in our last few minutes because people are curious about Donald Trump. What was your worst health crisis to date?
None. I mean, none. I really haven't had it.
Oh, you're blessed. What's your worst business decision that you've made?
A worst business decision? Well, I've made some business decision where markets changed, but in virtually every case, I was able to take those decisions and make them good, and take those jobs and make them good, which I think is a great test. I mean, I've had buildings going up and the market crashes, which is not my fault, and I go back and I negotiate with the banks, and I negotiate tough and I negotiate hard, and I've taken some jobs that that could have been disastrous and made them better than if the market had stayed the same. So, I don't know, I view business, I view that question as something you have to learn from it, and you can never make a decision that's going to take you down. In other words, you're not going to do something that if it doesn't work out, because the best businessmen in the world, I know all of them, the best businessmen in the world have had difficult times and they've had bad deals. And you can never allow a deal to take you down. You just can't do it. So you have to know what you're doing. But one of the things, and I get a lot of credit in the world of business, I've taken deals that should have been bad, and I've made them great. Better than if the market stayed good. And I'll tell you one thing. I bought deals for very low prices, like recently Doonbeg in Ireland, this incredible piece of land on the Atlantic Ocean, and other things. I've taken deals and bought deals and I bought them for very low prices and turned them around and made them fantastic. So, you know, I think you have to learn from business, and ideally you want to learn from other people, not from yourself.
Right now, President Obama is President Obama today because when he ran for the United States Senate, his principal opponent, Jack Ryan, had divorce and custody records that had been sealed unsealed. Is there any smoking gun sealed away in records that could come out about Donald Trump down the road to destroy the Republican nominee after you're the nominee, if you're the nominee?
No, I don't think so. And I think one of the things you know about me, I've been a very public person. While I'm private, I've also been a very public person over many years. I mean, people know me. I'm, very well known, and whether it's, the great success on The Apprentice, where it was one of the top shows on television for a long time. And by the way, NBC renewed it and is not in love with the fact that I didn't do it, but they renewed me for The Apprentice for many, many shows on The Apprentice, and you see the kind of money I made on The Apprentice, and I turned it down. I said, I'm going to run for president. I'm going to make America great again. They were not happy that I did that, so now they're stuck in limbo. But they renewed The Apprentice. I didn't do it. No, I think nothing. I mean, I'm a very public person, even though I'm private. I think you have seen me, and long before we met and spoke, you've seen me, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I would say nothing.
All right, last question. I want to go back to the beginning, because I really do disagree with you on the gotcha question thing, Donald Trump. At the debate, I may bring up Nasrallah being with Hezbollah and al-Julani being with al-Nusra and al-Masri being with Hamas. Do you think if I ask people to talk about those three things and the differences that's a gotcha question?
Yes, I do. I totally do. I think
that's interesting. I just disagree with it. I
think it's ridiculous. I'm a delegator. I find great people. I find absolutely great people, and I'll find them in our armed services, and I find absolutely great people. And now, in the bigger picture, like the fact that the Kurds are being treated so poorly, and really is the one group that really would be out there fighting for us, I think, and fighting for themselves, maybe more importantly to them. I understand that. But when you start throwing around names of people and where they live and, give me their address, I think it's ridiculous, and I think it's...
Well, I wouldn't do that. That's crazy. I agree.
Well,
but it's an interview, not a debate.
By the way, the names you just mentioned, they probably won't even be there in 6 months or a year.
I don't know. Nasrallah's got such staying power. And so I think
let's see what happens. And you know what? In that case, first day in office or before then, right at the day after the election, I'll know more about it than you will ever know. That I can tell you.
I hope so. Last question. So the difference between Hezbollah and Hamas does not matter to you yet, but it will.
It will when it's appropriate. I will know more about it than you know, and believe me, it won't take me long. But right now, I think it's just something that, and you know what? If you ask these candidates, nobody's going to be able to give you an answer. I mean, there may be one that studied it because they're expecting a fresh question from you, but believe me, it won't matter. I will know far more than you know within 24 hours after I get the job.
Donald Trump, congratulations on taking the pledge today. Your numbers are going to go up as a result of that.
Well, let's see what happens. I mean, I'm not sure that that's true. I think my numbers are very high now, but I'm not really sure that that's true, but I know you feel that. I hope you're right. I mean, let's see what happens.
Donald Trump, thank you. Always a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
And I'll be right back, America. Your calls in response to Donald Trump, 1-800-520-1234. The latest from Kentucky, and the clerk has been jailed.